Welcome back to TinyGrams Games, and I'm here with a Nintendo Switch review. That's right, I've had my Switch for about a month and a half, so I figured I'd let you all know if I'm enjoying it, what's going on with it. I know it's a little late to the party to do a Switch review. It's sold about 20 billion copies already, but I'm here to add my experience that the Nintendo Switch has actually been truly amazing for me. This is the most I've played a video game console since, I'm gonna say, the Super Nintendo. Maybe my original PlayStation 1 I played more than it, but I don't think so. And what it really comes down to is, for me as an adult who is busy with children, I don't have a lot of opportunities to just sit down in front of the TV and play a console system. I can't sit down and go, kids, get out of here, turn the cartoons off, it's Daddy's turn. Once they go to bed, that's about the end of the day, unfortunately. So in the reality that is my world, a console system has been very challenging. So one of the things that has been really amazing for me is the fact that I have flexibility with my Nintendo Switch, and that I can play it when I have, say, 5 minutes of time. I just have 5 minutes. I'm in bed, laying down, about to go to sleep. I'll play the Switch for 5 minutes. All right, I got to admit, when I'm playing Mario Odyssey, it might turn into 25 minutes. But that's a me problem. Another thing, though, with the Switch is that because it has so many games that are geared towards children being able to enjoy them while adults still enjoying them, I'm able to bring my kids into the Switch experience with me. So a good example of this is Mario Odyssey, the game that I have played most on my console, mainly because my 9-year-old daughter loves Mario Odyssey, and I do as well. She's able to be the hat. She doesn't have to have the trauma of dying. Daddy gets to die, and then she yells at Daddy when he dies, and all she has to do is control that hat. But the hat gives her enough to do where she feels like she's making an impact on the game. The same thing holds true for Mario Kart. In this iteration of Mario Kart, we used to play it on the Wii U, and my 9-year-old would get last every time and struggle, and just we couldn't really play it together. Now with the being able to put on auto steering and auto acceleration, she can be a lot more successful. She's not winning races, but she's having more fun now as less terrible things happen to her. And more interesting than that even is my 3-year-old. I can hand her a controller and she's like, I want to be the princess! And she's Peach, and she is happy as a clam for about 2 races, just holding her controller, watching her guy go, and often boasting to the 9-year-old about how well she's doing. Then, of course, my 9-year-old has to turn to her and be like, you're in last! I don't know what you're talking about! And then, maybe there's a little parenting that has to happen there. But it's a lot of fun being able to actually enjoy my Switch with both of my kids, giving me way more time in front of the console than I have with any console for a long time. And then, like I said, being able to play it on the go as well. So let's take a look at the games I've played most. In order, they're actually Mario Odyssey, mainly because my daughter loves it so much. Mario Kart, because again, the same situation. And then Nine Parchments. That's another game that has fit both of these scenarios. My daughter enjoys playing it because it's a co-op experience, and then I can play it in short bursts. If I'm not playing with my family, I might only have 5 or 10 minutes. I can fire up Nine Parchments. It's an RPG. I can play a level or two, have a good time. Cat Quest is another game I loved for the same reason. I could turn off Cat Quest, turn it back on, boom, I'm right where I left off. I've already made a review for that. I really enjoyed that game. And then the fifth most played game is Golf Story. This is actually the game I bought the system for. Now that I have many other games, I look at this and I say, really? I bought the Switch for Golf Story? Mario Odyssey is a game I put way more time into and have way more enjoyment with, though I still have enjoyed Golf Story a lot. So what has really drawn me in are these games that allow me to be accessible with them, have short little bursts. And really, I've been attracted to the indie games. There's so many amazing indie games. A hilarious example is Stickbolt which is a dodgeball game. Ever since I played Super Dodgeball back on the NES, I've always thought video game dodgeball was great. And whereas Super Dodgeball is not at all dodgeball, it's like madness. This is actually dodgeball, only with vans running you over and beehives being chucked at you and bees stinging you. But it's a really hilarious, fun game, and there's all of these indie games that I can play in short bursts that I've really liked. Another really great application of this is because it's so accessible, because it's so portable, I actually started a Nintendo Switch Club at the school that I work at, and the kids love it, right? Half the kids don't have Switches, no problem. Split screens, divvy up the controllers, go to town. We've got 8 people doing Mario Kart races in the same room, talking smack to each other. Me usually get close to last. It's a little embarrassing. A little trash talk does get thrown my way, I must admit. But it's a lot of fun. For me, the only problems are not real problems. They're not going to be problems for you, most likely. But it's playing games that require a little bit more from me. So, for instance, a game like Axiom Verge, I really love this game, actually. Like, I love it. But I'm having a really hard time finding long enough bites of time to be able to make progress. So, like, at first it was fine. I could fire up for 5 minutes. Now I'm feeling a little lost. I don't really know where I'm supposed to go. I backtrack, then I forget where I was going. So games like that are a little bit tougher for me. Stardew Valley is another one of these games that I have really enjoyed. Stardew Valley. But it's very hard to get going in that game when you only have 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. So that's another game I've kind of struggled with. I just got Bayonetta 1 and 2, so I'm excited to see how these work out. But the bottom line is, for me personally, the Switch has been really amazing in that it satisfies everything I need, right? It's a console system that I can play with my children and is accessible for them, and we can have fun. And then when I have time for myself in short bursts, I can play it, and I can play it on the go. I can't even imagine a more perfect system for somebody in my spot, and I have to imagine there are many of you out there who are in a similar situation. So if you've been on the fence about the Switch and we're really sure if it was right for you, hopefully this video gives you a little bit more data to make that decision. I think it's amazing. I must say, I'm still looking for a great RPG, preferably a JRPG. So if you've got suggestions for me, you've heard what games I've been playing, knowing my situation, what should I play? Leave some comments below. Let me know. I'll see you next time on Tinygrams Games.